Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 airlines with the most crashes. Now, before you hit the eject button on this video, let me assure you, this isn't about fear-mongering. Look, we all know that statistically, flying is still safer than, let's say, trusting a clown with a chainsaw. This is about transparency, about acknowledging the history of aviation, and yes, maybe making you a tad more informed the next time you're crammed into seat 32B, questioning your life choices. We're going to delve into the stories behind some of the most significant airline accidents, examining the factors that contributed to them and the lessons learned. Because while the goal is always to get from point A to point B with minimal turbulence sometimes, and unfortunately, things go very, very wrong. So fasten your seatbelts, put your tray tables up, and please make sure all emotional baggage is securely stowed under the seat in front of you, because we are about to embark on a turbulent journey through aviation history. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a familiar name, particularly if you've ever found yourself staring down the barrel of a $50 checked bag fee. American Airlines. Now, to be fair, American is a behemoth, having flown a ludicrous number of passengers over the years, and this is a big but, that also means they've had more opportunities for things to go sideways, and sideways they went, most notably with Flight 191 in 1979. Picture this: Chicago O'Hare, a DC-10, and an engine deciding to spontaneously detach during takeoff. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well. This tragedy, among others, forced the industry to confront some hard truths about aircraft design, maintenance, and pilot training. It's a stark reminder that even in the meticulously regulated world of aviation, human error and unforeseen circumstances can have catastrophic consequences. But hey, at least they have those little biscotti things in first class, right? Coming in at number 9 is France's flag carrier, Air France. Known for its chic cabin crew and questionable in-flight meals, Air France also has a history of crashes that sadly is not as palatable as a fresh croissant. The most haunting incident remains Flight 447, which vanished over the Atlantic in 2009. The investigation revealed a perfect storm of mechanical failure, pilot error, and yes, even the weather, because the universe apparently thought, you know what this situation needs? More chaos. This tragedy highlighted the crucial role of cockpit communication and pilot training, particularly during high-stress situations. It also underscored the importance of black box recovery, as the data retrieved from the ocean floor proved vital in understanding what went wrong. At number 8, we have China Airlines, an airline that frankly has had a more turbulent history than a budget airline flight through a hurricane. From runway overruns to controlled flight into terrain, China Airlines has unfortunately seen its fair share of accidents. One of the most devastating was Flight 611 in 2002, where a catastrophic structural failure led to the plane breaking apart mid-air. This tragedy, along with others, prompted a major overhaul of the airline's safety procedures and training programs. It also highlighted the importance of rigorous aircraft maintenance and the need for airlines to address safety concerns promptly and transparently. Chapter 4. Aeroflot flying through the Soviet era and beyond. Buckle up, comrades, because at number 7 we have Aeroflot, Russia's largest airline and a relic of the Soviet era. Now, it's important to acknowledge the historical context here. During the Soviet era, safety regulations weren't exactly as stringent as, say, a TSA agent's pat-down. Combine that with aging aircraft and, let's just say, a relaxed approach to pilot training, and you have a recipe for, well, let's just call them learning experiences. Post-Soviet Union Aeroflot has made significant strides in improving its safety record, but their past, much like that mysterious borscht stain on my shirt, lingers. Chapter 5. Korean Air, navigating a troubled past. Coming in at number 6 is Korean Air, an airline that has, unfortunately, had its fair share of turbulence, both literally and figuratively. From pilot errors to communication breakdowns, Korean Air has faced scrutiny over its safety practices in the past. Flight 801 in 1997, which crashed short of the runway in Guam, brought these concerns to the forefront. Following this and other incidents, Korean Air underwent a major safety overhaul, implementing new training programs, improving cockpit communication protocols, and focusing on a stronger safety culture. Chapter 6. United Airlines beyond Flight 93. At the midpoint of our list we have United Airlines, an airline that, much like a middle seat on a transatlantic flight, is often associated with discomfort and a sense of unease. Of course, the tragic events of Flight 93 on September 11, 2001 loom large in the airline's history. But beyond that horrific act of terrorism, United has also had its share of accidents, from mechanical failures to pilot errors. The airline has faced scrutiny over its safety record. However, it's important to note that United has also been proactive in implementing safety improvements and has a relatively strong safety record in recent years. Chapter 7, Japan Airlines, A Journey of Redemption. Coming in at number 4 is Japan Airlines, an airline that has experienced both profound tragedy and remarkable redemption. Flight 123 in 1985, which crashed into a mountain after a catastrophic structural failure, remains the deadliest single aircraft accident in history. It's a haunting reminder of the unforgiving nature of aviation and the human cost of mechanical failure. However, in the aftermath of this tragedy, Japan Airlines embarked on a journey of profound introspection and reform. They revamped their safety procedures, implemented rigorous training programs, and fostered a culture of accountability. Chapter 8, Malaysia Airlines, Lost and Found. At number 3 we have Malaysia Airlines, an airline forever linked to one of aviation's greatest mysteries: the disappearance of Flight MH370. The 2014 incident in which the Boeing 777 vanished en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing with 239 people on board remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of the vastness of the ocean and the limits of our understanding. While the cause of the disappearance remains unknown, the tragedy sparked widespread discussion about aviation safety, particularly regarding aircraft tracking and communication systems. Chapter 9, Turkish Airlines, Navigating Turbulence and Tragedy. Coming in at number 2 is Turkish Airlines, an airline that has unfortunately experienced its fair share of turbulence, both literally and figuratively. From runway overruns to controlled flight into terrain, Turkish Airlines has faced scrutiny over its safety record. Flight 981 in 1974, which crashed shortly after takeoff from Paris due to a cargo door failure, remains one of the deadliest accidents in aviation history. This tragedy, along with others, prompted significant changes in aircraft design, maintenance procedures, and pilot training. Chapter 10, Garuda Indonesia, A History of Turbulence. And finally, at number 1, we have Garuda Indonesia, an airline that has faced its fair share of challenges. From challenging terrain to weather conditions, flying in Indonesia presents unique challenges. Unfortunately, Garuda Indonesia has experienced several accidents throughout its history. Flight 152 in 1997, which crashed into a mountainside due to poor visibility and communication issues, remains one of the deadliest aviation accidents in Indonesia. This tragedy, along with others, highlighted the importance of clear communication, navigational awareness, and pilot training. Outro. So, are we all doomed? Spoiler, probably not. Thank you for watching. Remember, while these airlines have had crashes in the past, air travel remains one of the safest modes of transportation. The aviation industry has learned from these tragedies, implementing stricter regulations, improving aircraft design, and enhancing pilot training. Every crash, as tragic as it is, serves as a harsh lesson, pushing the industry towards a safer future. So, next time you're 30,000 feet in the air, remember that while turbulence is inevitable, a crash landing is not. Stay informed, trust in statistics, and maybe pack an extra pair of underwear in your carry-on, just in case.